Think you know the beginning of the Bible? Let's see how well you remember the stories of creation, Noah, Abraham, and Joseph, one blank at a time. Now let's begin. Quiz number 1. In the beginning. The book of Genesis opens with a grand declaration: God created the universe. This foundational verse sets the tone for the Bible, emphasizing that God is the origin and designer of all things. Now complete the verse. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the blank. Genesis 1 verse 1, NIV. Choices are A. Stars, B. Earth, C. Light. The answer is B. Earth. God is the creator of everything. Life has divine purpose and origin. Everything we see and experience comes from His design, which means your life also has deep meaning and value. How does believing God created everything influence your daily perspective? Hello, friends. Welcome to Ask Bible, where fun meets faith. I'm Nikki, the narrator of Ask Bible, for today's episode. Today, we're diving into the very first book of the Bible, Genesis. Get ready for 20 easy fill-in-the-blank quizzes that will take you from creation to Joseph's journey. Now, let's continue. Quiz number 2. Let there be light. The very first act of creation recorded is God speaking light into existence. This shows the power of God's word and how He brings order out of darkness. Now complete the verse. And God said, "Let there be blank, and there was light." Genesis 1 verse 3, NIV. Choices are A. Fire, B. Light, C. Day. The answer is B. Light. God's word brings light into every form of darkness. When we allow His word to guide us, we begin to see life with clarity, hope, and purpose. Where do you need God's light to shine in your life today? Quiz number 3. God made humans. Humanity was the crowning moment of creation. Unlike animals or the sky, humans were created in God's image, reflecting His nature, creativity, and ability to love. Can you complete the verse? So God created mankind in His own blank. Genesis 1 verse 27, NIV. Choices are A. Spirit, B. Image, C. Form. The answer is B. Image. You are made in God's image, valuable, unique, and loved. This means your life has sacred worth, and you are called to reflect God's goodness in how you live and treat others. How can you honor God in the way you see yourself and others? Quiz number 4. God rested. After 6 days of creating the world, God rested on the 7th day. This sets a divine pattern for work and rest, reminding us to pause and reflect on God's goodness. Now complete the verse. By the 7th day, God had finished the work He had been doing. So on the 7th day, He blank. Genesis 2, verse 2, NIV. Choices are A. Rested, B. Praised, C. Rejoiced. The answer is A. Rested. Rest is part of God's design. Both physical and spiritual renewal are important. He invites us not only to work, but also to pause, reflect, and find peace in His presence. Do you take time to rest and reflect on God's work in your life? Quiz number 5. Do not eat from this tree. In the Garden of Eden, God gave Adam and Eve a beautiful home with one command: to not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This test was about trust and obedience. Now try to complete the verse. But you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and blank. Genesis 2, verse 17, NIV. Choices are A, truth, B, evil, C, lies. The answer is B, evil. Obedience to God is key to living in His blessing and protection. Even when it's difficult, trusting His instructions keeps us safe and aligned with His purpose for our lives. Are there areas in your life where God is asking for your obedience? Quiz number 6. Adam named the animals. God gave Adam the task of naming all the animals, a role that showed humanity's authority over creation and God's desire for partnership with people. Can you complete the verse? So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds in the sky, and all the wild, blank. Genesis 2, verse 20, NIV. Choices are A, creatures, B, beasts, C, animals. The answer is C, animals. God invites us to partner with Him in caring for creation. He values our role and responsibility in this world and trusts us to manage it with love and wisdom. How can you be a better steward of what God has entrusted to you? Quiz number 7. The first sin. Tempted by the serpent, Eve and Adam disobeyed God by eating the forbidden fruit. This act brought sin into the world and broke their perfect relationship with God. Now complete the verse. She took some and ate it. She also gave some to her, blank, who was with her, and he ate it. Genesis 3, verse 6, NIV. Choices are A, husband, B, friend, C, brother. The answer is A, husband. Disobedience to God has consequences, but His grace still reaches us. Even in our failures, God seeks us out, offering mercy, correction, and a path to restoration. How do you respond when you realize you've made a mistake? Enjoying the quiz so far? Give us a thumbs up, hit that bell for weekly quizzes, and don't forget to share this with a friend who loves the Bible too. Now, what's next? Quiz number 8. Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel were the first children of Adam and Eve. When God accepted Abel's offering but not Cain's, Cain grew jealous and committed the first murder. Now try to complete the verse. Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the blank." Genesis 4, verse 8, NIV. Choices are A, field, B, house, C, temple. The answer is A, field. Unchecked jealousy and anger can lead to destructive choices. God calls us to master our emotions and respond with love, humility, and self-control. How can you respond to jealousy in a healthy and God-honoring way? Quiz number 9. Noah found favor. In a time of widespread wickedness, Noah stood out for his righteousness. He listened to God and was chosen to build the ark, preserving life during the flood. Now complete the verse. But Noah found blank in the eyes of the Lord. Genesis 6, verse 8, NIV. Choices are A, strength, B. Favor. C. Patience. The answer is B. Favor. God honors those who remain faithful in a faithless world. Even when it feels like you're standing alone, your obedience and integrity matter deeply to Him. How can you stay faithful when others choose a different path? Quiz number 10. The covenant with the rainbow. After the flood, God made a promise to Noah never to destroy the earth with a flood again. He gave the rainbow as a sign of His everlasting covenant. Now complete the verse. I have set my blank in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant. Genesis 9, verse 13, NIV. Choices are A. Light, B. Glory, C. Rainbow. The answer is C. Rainbow. God is faithful to His promises. He never forgets His word. The rainbow reminds us that no matter the storm, His love and mercy endure forever. What promise from God gives you hope today? Quiz number 11th. God calls Abram. God called Abram, later Abraham, to leave his homeland and go to a place He would show him. Though Abram didn't know where he was going, he obeyed and trusted God's promise to bless him and make him a great nation. Can you complete the verse? The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will, blank you." Genesis 12, verse 1, NIV. Choices are A. Give, B. Show, C. Bless. The answer is B. Show. God often leads us step by step, not with the full map, but with a promise. Trusting Him means walking in faith, even when the destination is unclear. Are you willing to follow God even when you can't see the full picture? Quiz number 12. God's promise to Abraham. God assured Abraham that his descendants would be as countless as the stars. Even though Abraham and Sarah were old, God's promise remained firm and faithful. Try to complete the verse. He took him outside and said, "Look up at the sky and count the blank, if indeed you can count them." Genesis 15, verse 5, NIV. Choices are A. Stars, B. Clouds, C. Suns. The answer is A. Stars. God's promises may take time, but they are always greater than we can imagine. He is faithful even when the circumstances seem impossible. What promise from God are you holding on to today? Quiz number 13. Abraham believed God. Though the promise seemed unlikely, Abraham trusted God's word. His faith was credited to him as righteousness, a model of belief for generations to come. Now complete the verse. Abram believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as blank. Genesis 15, verse 6, NIV. Choices are A. Obedience, B. Holiness, C. Righteousness. The answer is C. Righteousness. Faith is the key to a right relationship with God. Believing in His word opens the door to His grace and blessings. Do you believe God even when things don't seem to add up? Quiz number 14. Hagar and Ishmael. When Sarah doubted she could have a child, she gave her servant Hagar to Abraham. Though Hagar felt abandoned, God met her in the wilderness and promised to bless her son, Ishmael. Can you complete the verse? She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. You are the God who blank me. Genesis 16 verse 13, NIV. Choices are A, hears, B, sees, C, knows. The answer is B, sees. God sees us even in our loneliest and most painful moments. His presence brings hope to the hurting and assurance to the forgotten. Have you ever felt unseen or unheard? And how did God meet you there? Quiz number 15, Covenant of Circumcision. God gave Abraham the sign of circumcision as a lasting covenant, marking his descendants as God's chosen people. It was a physical reminder of their relationship with the Lord. Now try to complete the verse. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you, the covenant you are to, blank. Genesis 17 verse 10, NIV. Choices are A, share, B, keep, C, believe. The answer is B, keep. Covenants with God require commitment, not just words, but action. Our obedience is a response to the relationship God graciously initiates. What commitments have you made to God, and how are you keeping them? Quiz number 16, Sarah laughs. When Sarah overheard that she would have a child in her old age, she laughed in disbelief. But God reminded her, and us, that nothing is too hard for him. Can you complete the verse? Is anything too blank for the Lord? Genesis 18 verse 14, NIV. Choices are A, difficult, B, wonderful, C, great. The answer is A, difficult. God is able to do what seems impossible in our eyes. Faith grows when we trust in His power, not our limitations. What impossible thing do you need to trust God with today? Quiz number 17, Sodom and Gomorrah. God saw the wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah and brought judgment. Yet He remembered Abraham's intercession and rescued Lot's family before destruction came. Now try to complete the verse. But God remembered Abraham and brought Lot out of the blank. Genesis 19 verse 29, NIV. Choices are A, fire, B, danger, C, catastrophe. The answer is C, catastrophe. God listens to the prayers of the faithful and acts with justice and mercy. Even in judgment, He shows compassion to those who walk with Him. Are you praying for someone who needs God's rescue and mercy? Quiz number 18, Isaac is born. At the appointed time, God fulfilled His promise to Abraham and Sarah with the birth of Isaac. Their long wait ended in joy and laughter, proving God's timing is perfect. Now, can you complete the verse? Now the Lord was gracious to Sarah as He had said, and the Lord did for Sarah what He had, blank. Genesis 21 verse 1, NIV. Choices are A, promised, B, planned, C, declared. The answer is A, promised. God always keeps His word, even if it takes longer than expected. His promises never fail. They bloom in the perfect season. What delayed promise are you still believing God for? Quiz number 19, Abraham's test. God tested Abraham's faith by asking him to sacrifice Isaac, the promised son. Abraham obeyed, and God provided a ram, revealing himself as the God who provides. Now complete the verse. So Abraham called that place, the Lord will, blank. Genesis 22, verse 14, NIV. Choices are A, bless, B, provide, C, help. The answer is B, provide. God provides exactly what we need, right on time. When we trust Him fully, He shows us His faithfulness in powerful ways. Where do you need to trust God as your provider? Quiz number 20, Joseph's dreams. Joseph received dreams from God, showing that he would rise to a place of great leadership. Though mocked and misunderstood, the dreams were part of God's plan for future deliverance. Try to complete the verse. Listen to this dream, I, blank. Genesis 37, verse 6, NIV. Choices are A, had, B, saw, C, heard. The answer is A, had. God often gives us dreams that seem too big to understand at first. With patience and faith, those dreams unfold into His purpose for our lives. What vision has God placed in your heart? And are you still believing for it? Thanks for joining us on this Genesis journey. How many did you get right? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more Bible quizzes and keep growing in God's Word. See you next time on Ask Bible.